I'm Carolyn. I'm here with Envy on the Coast. Thank you guys for coming.
No worries.
So, you guys are from Long Island, which some people right now in the music scene consider subgenre in itself. Do you mind ever getting compared to other Long Island bands?
I hate every other band from Long Island. No, I'm just kidding. There's two on this show. No, I think Long Island has like a certain sound and probably always will. And it's so weird that it's watching.
Yeah.
We're putting on a show.
And yeah, but no, Long Island's awesome. I mean, that's why we can do this. We have a show. The show tonight is Destiny Your Design. I'm the Avalanche and us, and we're all Long Island. So.
Did any
That's with Long Island.
particular band influence you from Long Island?
When we were growing up, probably Eddie Money. Probably Eddie Money.
Yeah.
He's the man.
We're really proud to be from Long Island. It's Eddie.
If you didn't know Eddie Money was from Long Island, he's awesome.
Learned something
And if you
new
don't know who
every
Eddie
day.
Money is, I got some issues to take up with you.
Okay, go back to a year ago. You came out with your first long album, Lucy Gray. I'm actually a huge Wordsworth fan, so I got really stoked when that came out.
Awesome.
Any reason that you named it that?
I'm a pretty big fan of British literature, and I found the Lucy Gray poem during the mixing process of our record, and I was really into it, and you were the first one I showed that to.
Yeah.
And Jeremy was just like, I'm feeling it.
And my aunt bought me a Wordsworth book as well, and I was stoked on it.
That's right. And yeah, so we were all into the poem, and we felt like it kind of brought everything. People are doing funny things behind the cameras, but we kind of felt like it tied everything in and kind of put like just brought everything together with the record, encapsulated the whole thing.
Nice. And you guys went on tour with Folk and Strauss off of Long Island. It's
Yeah.
actually kind of hip-hop-ish. For those of
They're
you
very
who don't know.
hip-hop.
Yeah.
They're real hip hop.
He, one of the bros was in a band with this dude back in the day.
Long time
A
ago.
really long time ago, and he played guitar with him. And then,
Keith, who's Stress actually, is the reason that I started being in a band. It was Justin and Folk. Told everyone their names. They're screwed. No. Yeah, Folk and I were both. It's like the weird. Justin's been like my close friend since I'm 12, and I don't know if I have to call him. I don't know. We went to go see his brother's band play. It was Keith, and they were in like a Rage Against the Machine-esque band. We were super political, even though Keith was really young. But we saw him at a backyard show, and Justin and I looked at each other. We were like, "Yo, this is what we want to do. We want to do music." And even though we're not doing it together anymore, obviously he's doing Folk and Stress now, and we're doing this. But yeah, they're awesome. I totally interrupted and you had a question, so.
Oh, no.
well, we took those dudes out on our headlining run, and it was so dope. It was
Oh,
like
so much fun.
just to switch it up and give some people curveballs and stuff, and then they came out and jammed on one of this hip hop tune called "Get By" by Teleplug, and it was dope. It was really cool.
They did their own verses over it.
Yeah, it was fun.
The beat and the chorus.
And we just had the groove going,
Beating the
we
hook.
looped it, and then we played a show on Long Island, Guitar Center show, and it was with a bunch of hip hop bands. It was with Grandmaster Flash
Bismarck.
and Biz Markie, and then us. So obviously we were a little different from those. So we thought it'd be cool to have Folk do a couple of tracks with us too. So it was cool.
That's awesome. So you guys were on Trios' last tour.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool thing. How'd you feel about that?
I was thrilled to be a part of it and happy to. Brian and I were Trios fans. We were all fans, but Brian found them here in Boston when he was going to college up here and came home and showed me them. And I was like, this band's unbelievable. And, we were fans before we toured. We went to see them out on Long Island and everything, and then we befriended them and toured with them. Became really close friends with them. And it was really sad. We went to Australia with them and knew that it was going to be ending. But it was just, it definitely was the best way to say goodbye to that because we were with them for all of it. But
Yeah, they're the coolest dudes.
They're really
That's what it's a bummer because they were one of the coolest bands to go on the road with because we were really close to them and stuff. So it sucks that they're not playing anymore. But
Yeah, I actually was just at our label's office, and they were like, "Oh, we have footage from that show, from the last trio show in Providence. You want to see it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I haven't spoke to a few of the dudes in a while, and like, even just watching the video, I was like, it was a really emotional night for
Yeah,
those
I
dudes.
was it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's sad. You have to stop something so freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It happens.
So, I was on Pure Volume, and I noticed on tour you guys put out like video vlogs, kind of, from the road. Can you explain how that started a little?
I got an Apple, and was like, screw it. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do video editing on this thing. I'm just bored in the van, so it was something really to amuse myself with the editing and stuff. And I figured like it was a good way to keep in touch with our fans and let them know what we were doing on the road and such. And they're all hilarious, so there's always plenty of content. So yeah, we did Love from the Road, and now the series that we do now is called When the Road Turns into a Snake. And yeah, that one's a little bit different. Like, try to make it a little less themed, and a little more like, yeah, this is what we're doing right now. This is it. But the next episode is going to be really fun. I have big plans for the next episode.
Okay, touring. Anything coming up with you guys touring?
yeah, well, we've been home for 6 months right now writing a record, or in total we're going to be home for 6 months writing a record. But we're going out in December with Taking Back Sunday for like 2.5 weeks to do a couple of dates, and then come back and start writing again. Go in the studio in April and record the record. But we're trying not to tour as much right now. Just play some college shows like today, and then yeah.
So, any date do you think that the record's gonna come out?
Oh, that I don't know yet.
Probably this summer.
Yeah, we're looking at like a summer release probably. An actual date. I would put it I would like to put it close to the last record.
Make a prediction.
I'm gonna say February of 2011.
It's gonna be a 3-disc.
Although we're on schedule right now
Yeah.
and writing and doing demos and such, like we're slated to go into the studio in April. But with this record, the last record, we were pretty rushed, and weren't entirely happy with a lot of the things on it. So this time around, we're making sure that we're gonna be satisfied with it. So we're not putting any dates on anything right now. We are slated to go into the studio, but we're leaving. I mean, obviously, we've already started writing for the past few months, and we're gonna have a lot more time. So hopefully everything will line up. But no deadlines. It's a bad thing for creativity.
My producer wants me to ask you about the dreads.
What about it?
I'll tell you a quick story. I was on iChat with my best friend the other day, and she convinced me to try to do them. I could not at all. How did you start?
How did you try it? I don't know.
I'm seeing it right now, actually.
I just
I
wanted
can-
to
I
try
can
like
see it.
one, and it just came into a big knot right there.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it should have been first.
I guess my hair is too short.
Yeah, well, you lose like a third of your length. So you would have them like here.
Give me some tiny dreads.
Yeah, you should grow them out. You're gonna look like, the Brad or something. Cool, so grow them out a little bit. I did
Yeah.
it first too, but
And your hair is so flowy right now.
Yeah.
Why would you know? You got a lot of volume
there
in
too,
it.
so it might be hard. But yeah, you just like you backcomb them towards your scalp, and then they become these balls of wax that are super huge, and then over time they tighten up and lock up.
Any reason for them? Did you just?
My religion. Shaman. I don't have that. No, I just kind of want.
Yeah, good reason.
That one's mine though.
That one's Jeremy.
This one's
I
mine.
did it for Jeremy.
The one to the left is mine.
There are a lot of reasons,
Sal's got one.
but none of them are really important or interesting. So
Yeah.
I'll give it to myself.
Yeah.
Myself.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's all we have. Watch out for them on tour and their album coming out. They say 2011. Whenever it does, look out for it.
Or 12.
Okay. Or 12.
We're not rushing.
Yeah.
Taking our time.
Whenever they're done with it. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Be back sooner or later.